So we'll be continuing this series now. From the previous code, I have got some weird issue, that is, after getting the output text string from the user input from the web page. So whenever this command input, that index is not null, we are constantly sending that message. So on the client side, so it is executing for every second. So that's why what we are going to do is, after sending the message, we are going to make this cmd input thread index is equals to null. So whenever this loop executes again, it will be waiting for the user input to be entered in the web page. So you make sure you put this one, cmd input thread index is equals to null. Otherwise, since it's not null, the same command will be sent over and over until we give the another command. So in this video, we'll be adding the file transfer functionality. The file transfer should be like, so we'll be giving this message like download file name. So this should be the command. So here we should write the code. The first checkpoint after the command input not is equals to null, if cmd input of thread index, so that means the user has entered some command in the web page. Dot split, so we need to split this using the white space. So this will be split into the list, and we need to get the first value, that is download. So we are checking if the user has entered the download or not. If it's equal to download, then what we need to do is, we need to first send this one as usual. Okay, cmd is equals to cmd input of thread index. So this holds the command. So now cmd points to download file name, and we will be sending that one, connection.send of cmd.encode. So we will be sending the download file name string to this client. So after sending that, what we need to do is, we need to go into the receive mode, because we have sent this download file name, and the client should send the data of this file contents to our server. So we can say contents is equals to connection.receive of, so let's say 2048.decode. After receiving the contents, what we can do is, f is equals to, so I have created a sample directory output. So let me so this output will be storing all the files coming from the client in this output folder. So let's go and say open of output plus we can say file name is equals to cmd input of thread index. The first value, the second value in the string, if you split by dot split, if you split by white space, the second value will be the file name, so index of 1. So this should give you the file name. So we can say go to the output directory and save that in this output directory with the file name, this one, and we need to open this in the write binary mode. Let's say f dot write. So we are writing the file contents dot I say encode. So if you don't do decode here, you can directly write the encode. So let's do that one, delete the decode here, and we are writing directly the contents, and f dot close. So we are closing the file descriptor. So the operation has been completed. What we need to do is, at the end of this operation, we need to say cmd input of thread index is equals to null. else. So we can say else is equals to this one. We also put the break. I don't think we need any break. So okay, this is about the server side, the download functionality. So in the client side, what we need to do is whenever we receive the message, so if message of 0 is equals to download, so that means the client have received the command with the download as the starting, and the file name will be message of 1. So we are splitting already this incoming message with the white space, so we will get the list containing the download space, the file name in the list, download as the first element and the file name as the second element. So file name is message of 1. So what we are going to do is we are going to open this file name in the read binary mode, and let's say contents is equals to f dot read. So we are reading the contents, and f dot close, and we can say cs dot send of contents. So we will be sending the contents as well, and after sending the contents we should go to the listen mode. So I think this should do it. So now you can see the send method, and it should be receive. Okay, that should do fine, I think so. Let's hope so. And I have already created a file flag.txt which contains normal flag in the output directory. So let's delete this one. Let's run our server. And click on agents. You don't see anything, so I have already added some CSS here, so you can add your desired CSS as well. So let's run this, and you can see a thread. Execute this one. Now we can normally execute normal commands, so you can see. Now let's say download flag.txt. One thing you need to remember is the file directories the client is running. Since both server and client scripts are running from the same directory, we can just give flag.txt. Let's submit this one. Let's go to output, and you can see flag.txt. Let's delete this, and what we are going to do is we are going to say command output is equal of thread index is equals to file transfer successfully. So this string can be act as some indicator. I think we got the connection lost. Okay, so every time it restarts, the connection gets lost. So we will be fixing this later. So the client script will connect to us for each and like 3 or 5 seconds. So we will be doing that in the vacancy functionality. So for now, let's go and connect this, and let's say download flag.txt and submit, and you can see the message file transfer successfully and output the exact content. So one thing the problem is, let's stop this one. We need to receive, here you can see the number of bytes we are receiving. So this is just 2048 bytes. In reality, what you can, the file size are like so many bytes. So 1024 into 1 byte, 1 KB, 10 KB, and 1 MB, 10 MB. So this should do fine. So 1024 into this value, this should receive the file size of the 10 MB maximum. And next, moving on to the upload functionality. So the upload is somewhat like reverse to this one. So let's go and do that. and elif cmd input of thread index dot split. So again in the same manner, if the first word in the command is the upload, then we will be sending the contents to that client. So this should be upload file name. So you can also cut this one and paste here. So let's get the file name. So the file name will be second element, that is first index. We'll be modifying a little bit from the download command. So upload file name, the file name, we don't know the file name. So what we can do is we can send the contents of the size of the content along with the command. Let's say 2048. So this should be some example. So upon the client knows rough size of this file size and exactly gets the file content. File size is equals to, so you can just simply copy this one, and instead of 1 you can say 2. So that is the file size. So f is equals to open of file name in the read binary mode, and let's say contents is equals to f dot read, f dot close. So we should make sure the file descriptor has been closed. Now we got the contents, right? So we need to first we need to send the this one. So copy this. So we need to actually first send this one, sending this string upload file name 2048. So after that we should send the contents, connection dot send of contents. After sending, what we can say is so let's also code this one alongside. Elif message of 0 upload, then file name is message of 1 and the file size is message of 2. So we need to be in the receiving mode because the server should send the file, right? So we can say cs.receive of, and what we need to receive, the file size. So we need to make sure this one is the integer, not the string type. Receive of file size, and it's a contents, and f is equals to open of file name in the read binary mode, and we need to write the contents, and we need to close this file name, and we can send a message that the file has been received successfully. So we can say cs.send of got file. So let's say that dot encode. So after sending this, we need to again go into our normal listen mode for the commands. And the thing is, here you can notice 1024 is constant for all the commands because we don't enter the command more than of the length 20 or 30 etc. So we are sending the contents. Now what we can do is message is equals to connection dot receive of 2048. If message is equals to got file, So this is this got file string indicating that the file has been received successfully on the client side. Then what we can do is cmd output of thread index is equals to file sent successfully. So this should do fine. Else what we can do is cmd output of thread index is equals to some error occur. So copy this one. So we need to make sure the input is null. I think this should do fine. So let's go and run the server, and before that cut this flag.txt. So what we are going to do is, okay, let's stop this one. We are sending the file in the flag in the output folder to this main directory. So what we can do is so this should do fine. So we are opening the output folder and the file name. So let's run the server. And what we need to do is upload flag.txt and the file size 2048. Let's submit this, and you can see some error occurred. Oh, I'm sorry. So we need to open this one in write binary. Sorry for that. So from here also you can check if one side is read mode and other side should be write mode. And refresh this, and let's upload flag.txt 2048. Submit this, and we can see file sent successfully. So now in the main directory we should see the flag.txt, and you can see the contents has been successfully uploaded. Now what we are going to do is we are going to modify something from path lib import path. So this path is like if you send this forward slashes or backward slashes, this path will identify the actual path and it will not give any errors for these forward slashes and backward slashes. So what we are going to do is path of file name. Okay, path of file name. So this should do fine. Let's go and download the file again. Since it's in our main directory, let's do this one. And let's say download. Now we can say D. So you can also press the shift and right click on this, and you can see copy as path. Okay, don't include the quotations. I got the errors. Now submit this, and we got some error. So we got some error. Let's say path lib path. maybe we should use 2 backward slashes. So we are getting error somewhere. So here you can see output. Okay, so we are getting in the receiving side. So let's remove this output. So let's remove the output. So let's download the file again, and we should see file transfer successfully and there are no errors. And in the output folder, okay, we are not saving this to output. So what we can do is let's cut this one and paste here. And download, let's say output. So in the output folder we have the flag.txt, and let's go and submit this. And we did not get any file. Okay, I have understood. The same file path, it is being overwritten, so sorry for that. We need to change the output directory here. So if you can see the string, so what we are going to do is we need to split this according to these 2 backward slashes, and then we are going to extract the file name. And we can say dot split of 2 backward slashes and the ending one. So let's also print the file name. So the server restarted, we lose the connection. So now in the output directory we have the flag.txt. So let's go and say download. And you can see file transfer successfully, and we will see the print of file name. Okay, we have got the file. So we have successfully got this file. So from let's also delete this. Let's go, and so it's always good practice to include this two backward slashes for the Windows systems if the agent is running on the Windows computer. So we will get the error here. Oh, we did not get error. So I thought okay, this should do fine. So even this split works for backward slash and a single and the double backward slash. So okay, this is that's all for this video. We have added the file transfer functionality, and don't remember to specify the file size if you are sending this upload from our server to the victim machine.